Welcome to another movie plot and enjoy the memories. We open with the beautiful college professor Miranda giving a lecture about women. They were apparently created by Zeus as punishment for men discovering fire, so I don't think we're in a science class. Her uncle on the other hand works at the museum splicing prehistoric plant DNA with a shrubbery to revive a species. Tom says it isn't safe, but it sure is interesting, while Miranda tells him that she just rejected an offer from Stanford to work abroad. She's under the impression that he adopted her after her parents died in a car crash when she was only a baby, so she doesn't want to leave her only family. One date night with her boyfriend, Miranda doesn't return home and instead is found the next morning by a jogger lying naked in a park looking all veiny. Tom's notified by the police, so he rushes down to the hospital where his niece is brought in with only fragmented memories of her boyfriend looking terrified. While laid out on a gurney, she begins looking possessed but then transforms into an alien that uses her elongated tongue to go on a massacre. We only see her take out one more from nearly 20 feet away, but she gets quite the body count off screen before Tom finally arrives. Luckily she passed out again, so he injects her with human hormones to prevent the alien side from resurfacing and sneaks her out of the hospital. They pack up all their crap and Tom drives them straight to Mexico, but Miranda's confused because she has no knowledge of killing anyone. She asks what's wrong with her, so Tom pulls over in the most aggressive manner possible just to calmly give some exposition. He tells Miranda that she's the product of him splicing human DNA with alien genetic material that was sent to Earth from outer space. Knowing it was wrong, he took the hybrid baby, left his partner Forbes, and created the fiction around her parents to help build Miranda a normal life. The pair continue to Mexico and get a room at a hotel where Tom injects more human DNA into Miranda, causing the veins to fade away. He says that the alien side is beginning to resist the injection, so they need to locate Forbes because he might know what's wrong. Tom explains that Miranda's abilities allow her to absorb information just from touching books and hands the new Mechanica car manual. Guess she's just never touched a book in her life, and the next day while Miranda gets some rest, Tom goes searching for Forbes. He just walks around town showing his photograph to random people until coming across another hybrid named Azura. She dresses like a nun for whatever reason and chases Tom, though he doesn't know what her problem is and just doesn't like her look. The alien also possesses the extra limb that comes out of every hybrid's throat that she uses to grab things, but is apparently also afraid of the police. When they pull up, Azura plays innocent and skedaddles while Tom's left wondering what the hell just happened. He runs into a man from the hotel named Fisk who overheard he's looking for Forbes and just so happens to know how to find him. It's just a setup, as Tom's told to get in the backseat of a sinister-looking pre-prepared cab and the driver will take him where his friend is. The driver's actually been hired by Azura and takes Tom to an abandoned warehouse before trying to assassinate him. Unlike the female hybrids, he extrudes an alligator-looking mouth from his own to fire his tongue in a very uncontrolled manner. All Tom must do is avoid the kisses of death and double back around while the hybrid searches the warehouse because it's kinda slow. Tom steals the cab and uses it to pin the driver against another vehicle, then sets him on fire because that always works no matter what species. He then returns to the hotel and tells Fisk that he isn't leaving without the real address, but he's in no position to be throwing around demands. Miranda comes across some stranger pointing a gun at her uncle, so her eyes change, but we don't see what happens. The pair just leave the room with the correct information that sends them to a large warehouse locked with a pin code. Miranda reads it like a book, learning the number to gain entry to a laboratory where Tom's old partner is working as a back-alley scientist. Forbes supports his experiments by creating half-alien clones of dead pets for clients like a monetized Frankenstein. He claims to have no idea who the aggressive cab driver was, but Azura is his biologically engineered alien hybrid lover. She doesn't explain why she attacked Tom and has been modified to be a docile servant without the ability to reproduce. Forbes fawns over the highly intelligent Miranda, who gets into a staring contest with the other hybrid before collapsing. Her designer takes a look at Miranda's condition to discover that she's reached the end of her life cycle and will die in a few days. The transformations into her alien form are her body's way of fighting back, but Forbes says there's nothing they can do about it. He says the day that Azura dies he'll just cook up a new one, but she's clearly offended by this and not as brain dead as her mad doctor assumes. Forbes finds out a way to cure Miranda, but they need to inject her with fresh human DNA so it'll result in a human sacrifice. Since she's a good person, Miranda refuses because she already has nightmares about killing those people at the hospital, but Tom doesn't feel the same. The next time that Miranda passes out over her alien genetics fighting back, Tom goes out in search of a female donor to heal his fake niece. He finds the perfect candidate in some drunk girl stumbling down the side of the street, so our predator follows her into a club. Fortunately, this stranger is down to go somewhere private with some random man she just met, giving Tom the perfect opportunity to abduct her. She suddenly whips out a gun and tries to rob Tom, so he doesn't feel too bad when Azura shows up to save him and knocks the woman out. They carry this poor girl back to the lab for harvesting, and it's good we got this hybrid to do everything because Tom can't stomach it. For the transference, the donor and Miranda are put inside cocoons on either side of the room behind little windows showing only their face and boobs. Once the girl breaks down into a slurry, they inject the human juice into the hybrid and she emerges a slime-covered mess. The procedure successfully extended her life, but now Miranda's hormones are off the chart and the only book she cares about is the Kama Sutra. She outright asks to bet Azura, so Forbes takes his involuntary girlfriend away before she gets stolen by another hybrid. Tom believes she's just delirious from the procedure, but Miranda begins flirting with her fake uncle because she's got pregnancy on her mind. He says, "Get away from me, you're my fake niece," so she storms off to find somebody else willing to give this alien a baby. Tom examines her blood while she's gone, and it turns out that Miranda's hormones are unstable because Forbes gave her the sex slave gene or something. He's like, "Whoops, that tweak was made for Azura," and says, "We're going to have to sedate Miranda with a dose of hydrochloric acid." Tom trusts that it won't kill her, but if that doesn't work, then a shotgun should be enough to put her down before she puts one out. They split up searching for Miranda, so Tom visits the local church because he came here with her earlier for no reason. Instead of his niece, he finds Azura waiting, or possibly followed, and she kills the priest with spikes from her wrists. She attacks Tom because Forbes isn't showing her attention or something, but whenever she's close enough to stab him, she always goes for the throw. In a final Hail Mary, Tom manages to knock down a large cross from the stage, which lands on Azura, cracking open her skull. While the victor leaves, however, Azura completely regenerates and pulls herself up off the ground to probably return later. During this time, Miranda follows her alien hormones, which leads her to another hybrid working as a hotel clerk. Unfortunately, Forbes made him sterile like all the others, so Miranda tongue punches a hole through the back of his head when she discovers this. She then goes looking for another potential mate at a crowded bar and sees a singer wearing a dress that she really wants. Not sure why, but Miranda goes backstage and demands it, so this woman pulls a knife as she's ready to die for this fit. Miranda gives her a little tongue flutter, then walks out wearing it, so I guess the girl caved and goes trawling the local male population. Speaking of tongue flutters, some guy comes up with the most hyperactive liquor trying to get out of his head, but Miranda isn't interested. I guess the guy's shooting blanks, or she's simply as grossed out as I am because she puts her tongue through his head in front of everyone. People flee screaming about an attractive young blonde turning into an alien, so Forbes thinks that maybe this could be who he's looking for. He follows Miranda into an empty warehouse, but her alien side is in full control and uses her powers of seduction on Forbes. The fool gives into his lust and allows the hybrid to get pregnant, since he's wanted to bang this chick since the moment he met her. Miranda then transforms into her alien form and fires her tongue down his throat, killing Forbes, but I'm sure he thought it was worth it. Tom then locates his friend's truck and runs inside to find him already dead with a smile on his face and Miranda unconscious. There's already an alien hybrid growing rapidly inside her, so Tom takes his fake niece back to the lab to perform an X-ray. He's like, "Yep, that's an alien hybrid alright," as I guess he just needed to confirm it, so Miranda wakes up and asks him to kill her. Her human side's dying anyway and doesn't want to become a pure alien, but as she begins to transform, the power suddenly goes out. Azura has returned in her alien form, so Tom uses the shotgun to go hunting, but it's a complete failure and he's knocked to the ground. Reverting into her very topless human self, Azura prepares for the finishing blow, but Miranda shoots her in the back of the head with a spike. She's fully transformed and defends her fake human uncle with more little spikes, but Azura pulls them out and they pose for a bit. They leap around the room and slap each other some more before Miranda kicks Azura through a wall and impales her in the chest. Assuming that she's dead, Miranda advances on Tom with the intention to kill him or worse, but he's inadvertently saved by the constantly returning Azura. Before she can finish off Miranda, her fake uncle recovers and blows Azura away with a shotgun, causing her to fall off a balcony. She reverts into human and actually dies this time, while Miranda does the same, but not before thanking her creator for giving her life. A saddened Tom destroys all of the evidence on his way out by opening a few gas bottles and turning on a burner in the lab. Tom makes it outside as the two mix and watches as Forbes' house explodes before probably returning to America. And the movie ends.